Yo, welcome back to the Smoke Break Podcast. It's season 2, and as you can see, we done changed things up from last season. It's your boy Anthony Gaines, and the whole cast is back.
Oh, I'm Lante. How y'all doing?
The Big Walker.
Big Walker, and we're gonna start you all out on this second episode of this season with the one and only General of the Black Panther Party here in Louisville, Kentucky, Ahamara Mathis. She's gonna give us a jam-packed show today. We had her on last year, and to this day, that's still our best episode of the season. So we appreciate it. So we're gonna get into that today. We're gonna talk about the NFAC. We're gonna talk about the Black Panther Party here in Louisville, the Breonna Taylor case, the police officers, what the Black Panther Party thinks about that. We're gonna get into a whole lot. But first, here at the Smoke Break Podcast, we're gonna start every episode off with our strain of the day.
Strain of the day.
Strain of the day. This episode's strain of the day is OG Kush. I know you've probably heard about OG Kush, and if you haven't, I'm gonna give y'all a little something to educate yourself about it. OG Kush is a legendary strain with a name that has recognition outside the whole cannabis world. Despite its funny name, though, nobody knows exactly what its origins. Some people think this is a cross between Kim Dog and Harley Hindu Kush.
Kim Dog.
He's talking that
So
shit.
they don't know. But what OG Kush is good for? What are the common usages of OG Kush? Who are the people that use OG Kush when we're talking medically? Because, you know, we're here to talk about marijuana as medicine.
Right.
So, okay, we got depressed. People that deal with depression. The loss of appetite. You need help eating. Pain. Nausea. Those are the common uses of OG Kush. The typical effects that you're going to get when you smoke, eat, inhale OG Kush is you're going to feel relaxed. You're going to have a euphoric feeling. But you might have dry eyes, cotton mouth, and feel sedated. But those, you know, that comes with it. But it's all good. So stay tuned, because at the end of this episode, we're going to have a smoke break session. And we're going to have an activity that is going to be hilarious. That's why we got these lemons on the table. But
it sounds like the benefits outweigh the dry mouth.
Are you talking about weed?
Yeah.
For sure. Now let's get into it. So we got the first question for Ahamara. First off, Ahamara, it's glad to have you back on the
Right, how
episode.
you doing?
How are you doing?
How are you?
See you.
It's been a while.
Black Power, it's been a while. Woo, child. They wear me out. They wear me out.
So let's just get straight to it.
So tell us about the Black Panther Party here in Louisville. We've been hearing a little bit about it being split.
Look at all these rumors.
Right. We want to know if those rumors are true. Is it split? Is it two different parties? All we know is Ahamara though. So the people want to know what's going on.
Well, let's start from the beginning.
Okay.
And I don't want to make this long and drawn out, but I want to clear it up because I want the Black community to understand that we took down a man that was a part of a false flag that was put here, and it was orchestrated to cause the division of the party. And there really wasn't no division. The three people, I ain't gonna say their names, but
I should name
You should say some names.
yes, I don't know last names anymore, but Ashley, Claude, and Meatball. Now, yes, when we had this is how I knew I was being set up in some sense. So let's start from the beginning. I was recruited online for the Black Panther Party. There was no chapter here. I was asked, to lead the chapter here. I said, absolutely, no problem. I went through basic training, different political education classes, and boom, got sworn in, and took this thing on the road. What happened first was there was a young lady in Detroit. That's my sister Queen. Like, she's dope. We went through basic training or whatever together. She calls me. She was like, "Hey sis," she was like, "cause she lives in Detroit, and so the original Panthers up there, and they're still heavy in their presence." They had a armed march and a tribunal. The same thing that we had a year ago or so ago, and the original Panthers just had some questions. Because he claimed, Dr. Muhammad claimed that his parents were a part of the Black Panther Party of the time he was a Panther Cub and all this. So their whole thing was, well, that's great. Who are your parents?
So Panther Cubs, they call it Panther Cubs.
When you're a baby.
Right.
Okay.
When you grow up in the movement, yeah, the Panther Cubs.
That's good. That's good.
And so they were like, great. Well, then who was your parents? What location? What chapter? You know what I'm saying?
All that.
We're the Black Panthers back organized as hell. Look what they did to the world. So somebody know who you are.
Exactly.
And so they kept asking him questions that he could not answer. And so what Baba Blair was saying was, well, since we're asking you personal questions about yourself and you can't answer us, well then you're gonna have to leave. You can't be here or whatever. So when Letitia, when she called me back, I was like, don't be careful with names, but no, that's my sister Queen. When she called me back, she was just like, the original set can't identify who he is. Now, the moment she said that, I said to myself, is this a false flag? Like, because I know all about that.
Right.
You know, there's groups and organizations that come in the name of Black Power, Black Community, RBG, you know, that it's all over the place. But there are actually organizations and groups, you know what I'm saying, that, groups, you know what I'm saying, that actually cause the division in the communities. And they are orchestrated with the government of some kind.
Wow.
Right? So when she gave me that information, I was like, cool. So we ended up having an armed march in our tribunal, whatever, here in Louisville. We went from 26th Street up to the Shorties on Broadway. That's where we kind of ended. And it went well for what it was worth, you know. My team had tons of complaints, and also my daughter's dad. Because we also went to the courthouse. We went to the courthouse first, and we caravan came over here. We came to the west. And the original members that are still there, Captain, you know, and others, you know what I'm saying, and my daughter's dad, he's not a part of the party, you know what I'm saying, but you know, he supports us. And so there was just a whole lot of red flags. One of the red flags was, you know, you're the nationals level. So one, we're a freshly new chapter. Like at that time we wasn't even 6 months out, but we have to pay for you to be here. And it was like, but we don't have any resources. You haven't even allocated us any resources, and you're talking to a businesswoman. Right. So, you know. So
he came here, we're trying to get y'all
to pay for him to get down. We gave him a little change, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't a lot, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Who are you?
Right.
Wait a minute, doctor. I'm MD? I don't know no broke doctor.
Me neither. Wow.
And that's how you showed up to my house.
Maybe the coronavirus.
No. Because when he came, and now I had you in my home. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. First of all, like I said, I don't know no broke doctors. Second of all, you look very, you move in pillow to post. Because you know, you ain't got to have Gucci luggage, but you know, have some nice luggage. You came here in this big bag, and I'm looking at your children and how y'all dressed, and you know, I'm feeling all this out. And now imagine, whenever you enter my home, your energy stays there. Yeah. And I can read it. Psychic medium tarot reader. Okay? So I was like, interesting. I know con artists because I walked next to him before. I almost got him killed too when I lived in New York. Like, almost like if my daddy wouldn't have died, I would have. Like, that's how deep that shit was. So I understand the movements and the behaviors. Even his wife that was there at the time, I can tell when a woman is scared and is crying out, but she can't really say nothing. Right. Because I've been there. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so, one, we had to have our own guns. And you know, okay, we can get guns. I mean, who ain't got a gun? Like, okay, we got guns for the march or whatever. But why ain't you got no guns when you coming down here?
Right, by yourself.
And if you're nationals, because if you go check out the page or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Where are all those people? Where are these people? And where is the national headquarters actually located? If it's in Florida, I would think, because when we get established and get our facility or whatever, you know, you're going to have the Panther flag out there. Everybody going to know, ask Panther. Yeah. Right. Just like, you know, that's the Kentucky Alliance. You know what I'm saying? You know where you at. So, we did our own investigations for like a year and a half after we left that.
Year and a half?
A year and a half. I've been waiting for this moment in time for a year and a half.
Wow.
And so, again, still having that communication with other states, with other original Panthers and, you know, black people. And everybody's trying to figure out, like, can't nobody find it. If you Google them, like, you got a degree in North Africa, then another degree in South Africa. You going to Africa to get degrees? I mean, there ain't nothing wrong with that, but you know what I'm saying? And, you know, but whenever you read a bio, usually bios be like, you know, even if you're going by your whatever name, it'll be like, your real name, you know what I'm saying? And, it'll at least tell the parents' name, where you're from, what age did you move. It's a bio.
Right.
Your parents ain't in there, your name in there. It ain't got much. So we do have an investigator with it. So for a long time, we were trying to get images, like, his face, like, how can we, figure it out? Nobody could figure it out. Detroit couldn't figure it out. Nobody can figure it out.
Still incognito.
Now, what happened in St. Louis was, underneath his leadership, he got a lot of blood on his hands. Like, there were situations where members, got killed. You know what I'm saying? Or you see what I'm saying? And so that's what
in his league.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so that's what me and Letitia would talk about on the phone and discuss, and like, this and that. And we've been putting it together in other states. You know what I'm saying? The world don't know this. Just who I'm communicating with the black community in other states.
Right.
Okay? And I was like, cool, fine. Now, after the march that we had here, Ashley, Clyde, and Meatball, when I put all the pieces together, coming down the street, Meatball pulls over. You know what I'm saying? And he gives us water or whatever. I don't know Meatball like that. Everybody's like everybody got a funny Meatball story. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't know him. I wasn't here in the early 2000s. I guess when the club scene was popping. I don't know him from the essay, but a lot of people know him, club promoter, all this stuff. I don't know about that. But the funny thing is, now Ali had told me for my minister of defense, you know what I'm saying, was this young lady Ashley, and he was like, she got guns or whatever, blah blah blah. Mind you, I didn't know this until she told me, because we started putting stuff together. He knew her 3 years prior than knowing me. And then I was saying to myself, well, why ain't she the general? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you contact her or whatever, pretty woman. You're not well versed or educated, and you wouldn't definitely not be my minister of defense because you don't have the skill or the training. And honestly, it's gonna be a man. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. And so I started to put stuff together. Now then there was other people online. It was like, oh, he's out here, that polygamy thing that goes wrong or whatever, and like he's trying to get women to do this, and this. So I'm keeping all the records. I was like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what it looked like. Seemed like when he came down here. But what you got met with, I'm surrounded by men always, all the time, all day, every day. Before you was even introduced into my life, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I always got eyes on you, and men know men. You know what I'm saying? So they already got your number when they see you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's where you messed up at.
Right.
But so long story short, we started working together and stuff, and then it got real weird. We were doing a recruitment meeting, have people in it. Ashley comes in, she was like, "Hi, I'm the regional general." Me and Captain looked at each other. We was like, "Regional general?" But there was a gag order that was on me for. I had 2 of them. I did like an interview. I don't know if it was Wave 3 or not. I mean, Donji or not. I can't remember. But we did this interview, and I get a phone call telling me, "No, you cannot speak in public." You know what I'm saying, or whatever. We have a spokesperson for that. And I'm like, you don't live here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't dictate what happens here. It's what's really going on. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
But and so I was
That's
like,
a lot.
And so you know what I'm saying. So life goes on or whatever. But so yeah, that's where those 3 come from. So now all this Breonna Taylor stuff is happening. What's her name? I'll leave her name out. But she works with the Alliance, and they came up to her and approached her, and she was like, "Who are you?" She was like, "I know the Black Panther Party.
Yeah.
I don't know who you are." And they was like handing out shit. I don't know what they was handing out. And but when she had contacted Captain and told him, but when Captain called, we put it together. They was like, this is Ashley. You know what I'm saying? That was strategically not designed to separate us. Now, here's the problem. Y'all helped us expose him. We got him on phone calls because Ashley calls me. She was talking about you bad, like, don't trust her, find out where the money is going, and she's a drunk, and you're a 5-star general, and she's a 4-star general, and you got more all over. She's telling us all the tea, and I said, let me tell you something. It only takes you one time to say something crazy about me. Don't know this, and that's not everybody, because people always have stuff to say. But you've been in my house.
Yeah.
I gave you the little coins because it wasn't shit, and I fed you when you was here too, because you didn't have no money to feed yourself.
Right. Wow. The disrespect.
And so, oh, really? boom. So Captain arranged a way to get him on the line, and we had a recorded line to see how he would respond to stuff. And talking about like with money, because it was something about money. Like you trying to get money from people, and like you can't do that. Not in the name of Black Power, but if they got to figure out how they gonna get the money some way, because they need to sell cookies, get on the corner, check buckets, or do something.
Oh. Okay.
I need to do what?
Wow.
Right.
Wow.
Stick it in the fire. You know what I'm saying? So we had all that. So where I'm confused with the three, and then I knew that they were trying to, he was trying to orchestrate them to knock my leadership. Mm-hmm. And this is how I knew it was a false flag too, because he kept saying do not incorporate, and I was like, there's no way that I'm going to be inside of this city not incorporated. What are you talking about? Mm-hmm. You can't do that. That's like some BLM shit. Mm-hmm. Like, what I'm saying? You can't do that. Wow. You know what I'm saying? That's not how you... Right. I would be a fraud if I did that. Right. You know what I'm saying? So he understood that I was rising in my leadership. You picked the right... You fuck with the right one. Right. You know what I'm saying? And so now your game, your gimmick, or whatever it is, it's not working. You know what I'm saying? So long story short, what I was confused about is like, how are y'all still working with him when we exposed him together? You know what I'm saying? Like, how are you still talking to him? Yeah. And so long story short, a cadet comes, we in the middle of training, gives us these flyers for a couple of weeks back. There's gonna be an arm march, and some shit at Cox Park. I gave it to Captain, and I told my daughter's dad too, because he put him in the car for 2 hours and ran away. And still to this day, I don't know what that conversation was. With Ali, I have no idea what that conversation was, but whatever it was, I don't know. So I even gave it to my daughter's dad, and he said, "Oh, really? He in my city, he ain't calling me? Welcome to Louisville. We don't play all the time." You know what I'm saying? So we came up with a plan. So divinely, that Friday night, because this was supposed to be Saturday of March, and a press conference, and Sunday they were doing something at Cox Park. Why Cox Park? Why not Chickasaw and Shawnee?
For real.
He's gonna hang at Cox Park.
Trying to stay out the way. Trying to be low.
Where's Cox Park at?
Out there on Zorn.
That's what they were.
Zorn-ish.
The one we go to.
Oh yeah, that's all the way out.
It's all the way out the way.
Yeah. And so
unless it's Sunday, we might run.
And so what happens is we get a phone call Friday night from Kenneth Walker's mom. And she says, well, her brother called first and then put us out. We was all on a three-way. Me, Captain, Kenneth Walker's mom, and her brother, right? Who actually knows Captain and stuff. So, this big family right here is Louisville. So she goes, I was told that he was, that this, Ali was here, he's doing his press conference, and he would like for me to be there, you know what I'm saying, with this whole Breonna Taylor thing, blah, 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 blah. And I said, ma'am, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna need you to back down. Do not go to that press conference. And then we go into a little bit of details, not as detailed as this, but whatever. She was like, I knew it was something. She said, I just didn't feel comfortable. And I was like, yes, ma'am, and no, we'll handle that.
Right.
And this is the protecting and serving the community that I do. And so the next morning, she
put some respect on it.
Put some respect on it. So the next morning, she calls me and she was like, listen, I need you to come over. I'm like, all right, cool. And this is why we have to watch who comes inside of our cities, because they want to prey on the vulnerabilities of our families in this moment, because they want to be opportunists, they want to be seen, they want to make a name for themselves. You know what I'm saying? No, we're not. This is not how we're gonna do it. Right. That's how the ancestors is behind all of that. Because I'm not really have I wanted to be in contact with the Taylor family or the Walker family, just because it's too much. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's calling you. Everybody want to end. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot. Like, can you take a day of peace and rest for the families and just kind of like calm down a little bit? Because every day they have to relive this experience from the protest and this. And oh my God. And so I went over, and it was a very intimate moment that I'll never forget either. She walked me through the home, would tell me where she would sit at when she'd come over and have a drink, and she even let me go in Kenneth's room. And she's like, nobody comes in, I don't let nobody do this. I gifted her my amethyst cluster. Had a ring like this with amethyst. I set an intention. You know, she said a prayer. She let me walk through. I felt the energy of the room. There was a picture of her on the dresser and a urn, and I was just like, this is a lot. You know what I'm saying? And my break moment was she gave me a box. It was like she has an altar full of stuff. You know, I said people that's giving stuff and gifts and pictures. And she gives me this box, and it has a pair of baby shoes in it. But then also in the box was a bag with a ring in it because he was gonna propose to her.
Oh no.
And I want to say it was her grandmother's ring or somebody's ring. You know, it was an heirloom. I lost it. That's my feeling. I was like, oh, this is a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting this experience or whatever. None of that. Okay, this is a lot. But I appreciate her welcoming me inside her home and allowing me to have that experience. And then I was like, after that, this when it got gangster. Thank you for this moment. So now I can go be gangster. You know what I'm saying? So I can be a Black Panther. You know what I'm saying? So what ends up happening during that, the media calls me while I'm at her house. And it's like, are you coming down to the press conference? Because you know I have a report with the media. And I was like, what press conference? She was like, Ali Muhammad's here doing a press conference in the name of, you know, whatever it is he's talking about, Beyonce. I said, no. And I said, this is what I want you to do. I said, do not record the interview. I said, what you do is call in for the police. Now, a lot of people was like, why would you call the police when you don't know what you're dealing with? You know what I'm saying? Because somebody did ask me that. They was like, doesn't that look agent-like? You calling the police on another brother? Everybody that's Black ain't your brother, sweetheart.
Sure ain't.
And we're going to discuss that when we move forward, too. Because, see, everything that look Black, sound Black, it feels good, don't mean it's always good for you.
For real.
That's the truth.
I'll be trying to tell people that because we are churchly driven. We love feel-good speeches. It look good. Yeah, I'm about that. But you don't even know what that's about.
Right.
So stop doing that, Black community. Check it out first. You know what I'm saying? I tell people all the time, if you can't build a relationship with it, if you can't, they can't show you like, I can't Google you and your legitimacy. You know what I'm saying? Like or something like, you know what I'm saying? Like we have to be careful with stuff like that because they, you know, we're the community that always gets exploited. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So especially in our time, when you got all of this going on in the city, whatever happens that in the name of Black, like oh yeah, I'm down for that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
wow. So there is no split. There's not two parties at all.
No, it's one party and we're a legit party.
Exactly.
Now, okay, so I said come for the arrest, right? So what happens next is WLKY. I have 2 media releases that they did. What I'm telling y'all now, I'm glad I'm getting to say it because I did it at Cox Park, and they refused to put it on the news. But what I teach
I've seen that news story they did on.
Oh my God! But that was good. I'm gonna tell you why it was good in a minute. So I did the whole interview, the truth, nothing but the truth. So help me God, like I'm doing right now. Never released it. Did it at Cox Park. We was 10 steps ahead of him. So he was still down there at the press conference. I got Wave 3 over here or LKY, whichever one. No, LKY. And you know, we doing that at Cox. Boom, hit 26th Street because you got to do his march, right? And so everybody was like,
wow, he's doing the most down here.
But you fell into my trap because you're in my city. Be careful.
Right.
So now get to 26th Street. Everybody was like, so where did we park at? So we got us and another Black another organization because it has white rooms or whatever, but it's Black. You know what I'm saying? They're like, where we park at? I said in the back of clothes. The back clothes, blah blah blah. Everybody's like, all right, cool. So you know, we're slowly pulling in. We find out how we pull in. So when we pull in, guess what we see? Ollie in the back, getting ready to do his little march with him. And how did I know he was there? Because I showed you. And you thought you was going to creep in, see, and do all this without me seeing you. And so, get to the back, it goes down. Everybody, except for me, you know, I'm always out in the open. You know what I'm saying? Everybody mask up, guns everywhere.
So it went down.
It went down. Had them surrounded. The first person who get out the car, everybody's in the car. First person to get out the car, my daughter's dad. He walks over, hey, what's up? How you doing? Boom, gets back in the car. I know that sent heat, because remember, he kidnapped him when he was here.
Lord. It's hard.
The last time. And he didn't know what was going on. And so we had communication in the car or whatever. So the thing was, when Captain gets out the car, we all getting out the car. So everybody know where Captain is at. When we get out the car, boom. In 3.2, we got you surrounded. What's up? So I was like, hey, what's going on? I said, what you getting ready to do? He said, we're having an arm march. I said, no, you're not. So yes, we are. I said, for what? He said, we're running to, nigga, you should have, it's what day is it?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You should have been with the phone, like.
Yeah.
But you want to get your moment, that look, make your little scene, you know what I'm saying? So we hashtag all of that. Then who's there with them though? Ashley, Claude, and Meatball. Screw Meatball. YouTube, they got that business, because you know I'm ratchet. They got that work, he got that work. We was all on. You exposed. We already know who you are. You were Asian. What's up?
Wow.
And I was like, you too funky ass. Like, you know what I'm saying? Excuse my French.
No.
I'm mad at y'all because how are you rolling with this and we don't, and we know what he's doing.
Right.
You helping with the division.
Wow.
You supposed to be over here.
That's crazy.
What are you doing? You live here with us. Oh my God. So long story short, and police is there too. My whole question is, why ain't nobody coming into the, see, this is like our own political party. We have to start our own shit because see, it's just like,
I need some commercials.
y'all right here. The news chopper comes over, not the news chopper, the police chopper comes over, right? So, captain's orders was, everybody put their fist up because we don't want to make it look like, you know, people's is down here on some, we on some rah-rah shit, so we're going to just do it real quick, black power, you know what I'm saying? We did it. Guess who didn't raise their hands? Ali in his right hand. Trap, target. You know what I'm saying? Like how much more can we explain?
Obviously.
You know what I'm saying? And so the comic relief of it all was, not gonna say his name, but we all know and love him. He shows up, jumps out the car with the gun, like he's like, we marching. I said, get over here. What are you doing? He said, I thought we was marching. He said,
I know what you're talking about too. He turned up.
he was turned. I was like,
Turned up.
and he could have been theme music with Steven saying, you can't stop the revolution.
Yeah, he's down with it all.
Down for the
And then when he saw what it was, he was like, oh, shit. Let me go away.
Wrong spot. For real.
And it was so dope because, you know, you got everybody masked up, and then we got people on skateboards. You know what I'm saying? He don't know who's. We was having a little, we was arguing or whatever. One of the cadets rolled past Smooth on a skateboard by his back. I know it. Welcome to Louisville.
Welcome to the Ville.
We don't play all the time, and you can't
Sure.
and you can't move like this. You know what I'm saying? And I caught you, and I know who you are. I exposed you. And so what went around on the media, and this is why I want you to, why the media shit was good. So what you have now, my statement is being circled and it's being ciphered through the internet because other people in other places, states, this is not a Louisville thing. No, you know what I'm saying? Like, because see the other states put them out, you know, would push them out. I exposed you. You know what I'm saying? That was the kicker.
Let it be known.
Boom, boom. And so now here's the beauty about the article. Like I teach in political education classes, 73% of the things that were written up about the Panthers back in the day was written by the FBI and they did it through the media. They did the slander. They did all of that. So I said it in a statement, and then I'm mad because she changed my last thing. I said these are nothing more than COINTELPRO tricks. She changed my words to counterplot. No, I said COINTELPRO, and the reason why I said that because what you see next is what I've been teaching you. With all that slander, a whole dissertation of just crap, just bank, but that's what they do to leaders. That's what they do, and then when people see it, automatically, oh no, I'm not messing with hood. You know what I'm saying? Stay away from that, and then it tears it down.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm just showing you what they do. The same tactics that they used back then, they still use them today. And we'll get into that a little bit with the NFAC. So just to sum it up, clear it up, ask exactly what happened. We gonna keep the party. You know what I'm saying?
There's only one.
There's only one.
Only one.
Literally.
And you heard that here on the Smoke Break
There's only one.
Hey, only one. Okay, now, Breonna Taylor, the officers. Is there demands by the Black Panther Party?
We work with the Kentucky Alliance as far as like partnerships or whatever, and the Kentucky Alliance has done a really good job with because they've been in existence longer. They have more information, resources, or whatever. So they've been carrying that out more than we have. What I would have liked, because see, it happened so fast. This is when you don't organize with the community.
Right.
And I'm not trying to call Shanetta, but as you at least came to the community and told her she was getting ready to do all this, shoot them up, bang, bang, tear it down. At least we could have put some demands on the table and then go shoot them up, bang, bang it down. Because what my demands would have been, like I said, we have to challenge that blue alert bill. That should have went in there. There's something else that I was thinking about that should have went in there. Oh, the judge. And I was just talking to my mentor the other day about that. The judge. Like, what is the judge's name? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because and where's the pressure on the judge? Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So there's some more demands that we could have put together if we were working together, but it's its own entity. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like you didn't give us a chance to. And then we're as you're doing this, now we have to pick up the pieces and do it. We don't even. You know what I'm saying?
That person trying to keep you out of that.
Well, BLM is its own thing. It's not really community oriented, and that's why I tell people to study. And I do want to talk about black leadership in the community, and people always mistake facts as hating.
Yeah.
We got
that bad.
We got it real bad. And then people have to understand that unity doesn't have to be everybody as one. As long as the philosophy that you roll with, you're a part of that, and y'all are making progress, that's unity. Exactly. And if you got this one doing that and this one doing that, and of course you can have collaborations and things like that. Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? It's not gonna look all like this at first. It has to start in your huts of where you share the same philosophy, views, work because some people want to be a part of the military, some people don't. You know what I'm saying? Some people want to serve food. Some people want to, agriculture. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, as long as you're doing something and you're being productive, that is power. That is unity. Yeah. It all meets at the forefront. You know what I'm saying? When we do it politically underneath one political party, that's the power. Right. You're not going to get justice underneath the Republican and the Democratic Party. It has its own structure. It runs its own operation the way that it wants to. Here locally, we have the ability to do it politically underneath our own umbrella. So I tell people all the time, something like reparations. Let's say they was going to grant us reparations. So what? Through the Republican and Democratic Party? So they get to divvy up our money the way you know what I'm saying? Right. And gives you no. But if you have your own political party, you can fall somewhere, and then guess underneath that political party, you can put it into all the different black organizations. You see what I'm saying? Right. That's where we're losing is because we're not voting correctly because we don't have a party of our own. Right. Now once you master that at the local level, then you go to the national. And that's what I'm saying with the original Black Panther Party. That's how it was functioning. Look how much power they had all over the world. You know what I'm saying? Globally. The only black nationalist organization, Pan-Africanist organization in this country that did what it did. The Republican and Democratic Party didn't have shit on them. That's why they came down and neutralized it. You know what I'm saying? Because we are the majority of the world.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So we have to do things like that.
Definitely.
NFAC. It's damn nasty.
Not fucking around.
Not fucking around. First of all, if that's what you're gonna call yourself, I'm definitely standing all the way back.
I swear to God.
I didn't think it was
don't want to be
real.
nowhere around, honey. Oh my God.
That was real.
What? That was crazy.
When I first heard, I thought they was joking. Oh, not fucking around. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't read it in the newspaper.
You see it out of running water in.
That's what I'm saying. You can't take that. Well, the no fucking around coalition today.
Right. But they had it. They had the F and it was X'd out like that. I said, hell no.
But the fact that you can't even print it, and so here we go when we're dealing with the media, when we're dealing with these staged events, remember the branches that I gave you. You know what I'm saying? So here we go again. How did you get in here? Whose permission? Come to find out, Dan, everybody we don't like. You know what I'm saying?
I swear.
I don't have no position with Daniel Cameron, so let me say that. But where people are not really for at this moment.
Right.
Daniel Cameron, LMPD, and I think David James.
But we had to know it was something, all them black people in one spot with guns.
The guns.
Oh my God. Since when?
Big boys.
Since when? That's what I was telling him. Since when would that be acceptable? Something is wrong here.
And what building did they take over downtown where he was standing on the steps like that?
What is that?
That's the old courthouse.
Courthouse building.
Yeah.
Man, that was
Everybody's been doing stuff down there. Yeah. You go down there, if you're the first one down there,
yeah,
you got the spot.
And you brought your little dead energy in here, and I said this because I've studied this think tank for a long time. I said they're gonna come, and then all of a sudden, we're gonna see a rise in black on black violence.
You were saying that before they got here.
Yeah, way before. I've studied it for 8 years. I've watched it. I've watched BLM in other states. Now the whole operation is in my city. So I don't know what to do because I'm just like, oh my God, did you see that?
No, really.
It's like, how did you compare all this?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And nobody can see it because they haven't studied it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, again, they prey on our vulnerabilities. They're trying to ignite our fire. This movement isn't organic because we're not the runners of it. You know what I'm saying? It's like somebody's giving us our movement.
Man.
It's like that's not how it works.
That's not how it goes.
And number one, because we're rising high in consciousness, we're not really in that I'm gonna burn it down. We're elevating into different spaces. Like we're really thinking about, you know what, I'm not taking my child back to school. Matter of fact, I'm about to start a business. I don't want to go to work because we've been quarantined for so long. There's a lot of positive things happening. You can't see it with all of this on it. And they're trying to disrupt your frequency.
Man.
That's how they're doing.
Because who asked you to come down here and talk for us?
Right.
Who asked? And he's talking about, you gonna burn our shit down? We didn't ask you to come burn our shit. What the hell?
Y'all got 4 weeks.
And you gonna burn it? I'm like, what the hell?
But what's
saying the
okay? And
same
I don't
thing.
understand where the burning down and blowing up stuff helps the black community or the case.
And then he gonna go back home to where he's at.
And then we have to deal with the residue.
Exactly.
And then we have to deal with the residue.
Yeah. Well, we gonna head out now. We already have shit up.
And then here's my question about BLM. Y'all doing all this, like even today with the Cuban people down there. Oh my God, like get out of here.
Let's get into that.
Even with the Cuban, you want to terrorize all these businesses and stuff, but not one of y'all, nobody has came out and talked. BLM has not made a statement that came out and talked about anything with all of these shootings.
Nothing.
Are y'all where's the NFAC?
He gone now, ain't he? Did he go back where he came from?
I don't know. I think there was a chapter started in Newburgh. I'm not sure. I'm a
Oh, wow.
I want to be careful.
Everybody left.
Yeah, right. Like y'all spent more time traveling than you did talking. You know, doing whatever the fuck. You see what I'm saying?
What the fuck was that about?
We didn't ask for him. That's all I know.
Stage.
And people like me, I'm at home scared. Cause what the hell? Like I was telling him, if he can go and say, we're going to burn this down, we're going to mess with this, or we can go and come in everybody's house, because he had an army. It was an army of people. And if he wanted it to go left, he could. He could have went up in our house. Like, it could have been a whole
plus the level of
different...
paranoia now, like we said.
Yeah, man.
We probably looking at this, either we're going to be like, we scared bullshit, but I'm pretty sure it's another race that's like, oh my fucking God. Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
They're going to like, for real.
Man, that's how I felt, and I am the race.
The way the media labels those articles, it cultivates that even more. That starts the race wars.
Yes.
You know what I mean? NFAC coming, and then you see an article. The 1%ers, the anti-protesters, will be downtown too.
Right.
The police come out with barricades.
But they allowed us to have an army. They allowed us, the black people, to have a whole army of people.
They set it up like it was going to be a race war. I went down there the day they came early that morning, down on the square. It was about 10 of them white people down there with the guns.
He didn't even address them.
Nah, it was only 10 of them down there. And then, NFAC was at, Baxter Park. And they was, they stayed over there for a long time. But it was nothing like what the media said.
Right.
Like they was all about to march down to the square.
You know when I left?
There was going to be a standoff on both sides.
I said, Captain, escort me to my car. You know when I left? He said, when the bullets get to flying, get low. If you get hit, well then that's on you.
That's on you.
Check, please.
Who is following somebody that says that? Nigga, I'm out of here.
I'm out of here.
I was never there. Shit. What the hell?
I said, check, please. I'm through. I've heard enough. Because everybody kept trying to convince me to watch his videos or whatever. First of all,
I didn't want to watch him.
My spirituality, my eyes, energy can't receive everything. So you watch it and tell me what it
tell me,
says.
right.
But like I was saying, have you talked to the families? And you didn't do none of that. And like I don't know if he said that he did, but the Taylor family wasn't even in town. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like a rumor that Brianna's mom was down there or whatever. But she wasn't down there. Walker's people's wasn't down there. I'm trying to. So who are you really here for? Yourself.
Real. And I've seen
if you don't have the permission of the families to do anything in the name of their chat, then you can't do that.
You can't do it.
So who put you here and made out have this?
Yeah, what's up?
What is this?
And how does that even work? Because I've seen regular people that lived here in Louisville that was joining in with them with their guns, and they're all black and all that. So how does that?
Does the army ask you to join the army when they
arrive?
No. Oh, civilians just come on and join.
Yeah, exactly.
No. How dangerous is that?
With your illegal weapons and things.
So that means you're not even military trained, because you would never ask somebody to just come and join your shit that you don't even know.
Well, and then somebody accidentally shot.
Oh, they done passed that.
They passed that. Yeah, passed that.
I mean, they shot each other.
I know,
When I heard that happen, I'm like, dang, because before they came, everybody's all saying this. I'm like, that was the worst possible thing they could have did. They gave everybody even more ammo.
They are fucking around.
They are.
How does that happen?
But something you was talking about, let's go ahead and get into that. So recently, Black Lives Matter organization has been sending out notices, letters to businesses in the Nulu district with their list of demands. We'll have the demands up on the screen, you see the demands. And some of those demands are, making sure that you have a certain percentage of black products from black business owners.
Wow,
and if you don't have that certain percentage of black products in that store, then this percentage of your overall total sales needs to go towards Black Lives Matter or, some organization. So what is your thoughts about that, the way that they did the whole thing against those Nulu district and also the Cuban businesses?
Because they've been doing a couple of Cuban businesses. Because he was talking about that today when he was down on the mic. Because there was another Cuban cafe that was there. He was like, raise your hand. He said, then we hit them, and they're going over there to him. They're attacking the Cuban community right now. So we were first responders. I seen the video was sent to me, and they was like, what do you want to do? I said, let's go down there and let's get their version. I saw the video. It was ratchet. First of all, you can't just knock over the man's plants, and it's a beautiful restaurant with it. Knock over his plants and stuff. And
that shows your passion. If you can knock over a flower plant, you super mad. If you gonna fuck somebody's flowers up.
And it's like a big one. It's like a big one, and then they, it's heavy, so they just kind of roll it over. You'll see it on the video. And he's basically like, what? Wait, okay. You don't threaten me, you know what I'm saying? Because it was threatening. Like, no, you're part of the brown community and you're not doing nothing. You're not having nobody do nothing. And so when we went to go talk to them, and they moved because I was like, hey, I said, well, you one of the guys in the video with him? And I was like, yes, General, the Black Panther Party here. He was like, oh. And Cubans, they move a certain type of way. You know what I'm saying? And so whatever conversation he was having, he was like, shh, hold that. He said, hold on, go get the other. Then the family, they done ushered in on the side of the step. I was like, are we?
Yeah.
We make the enemy. But no, they was.
They on edge.
They on edge. They like, what's going on? I said, well, we seen the video online. We want your side. What is the version? Like, what's going on?
Okay.
And he was like, no, they just threatened me. They was like, I have to open up my books and show them how much money that I have. And,
no way.
And give them money. And if they not, they're gonna burn down our establishment.
What?
That's the real way.
They said that?
Yeah, he said they're supposed to protest, on Sunday against me, against us or whatever.
Really?
And so I was like, what? And if you don't give them this, they gonna burn it down. Like all of this terroristic stuff, stop.
We're supposed to get people to come together.
That was crazy. That's what I said. These are brown people though. These are minorities. You know what I'm saying? It's Cubans. Right. And then they kept expressing that today. They're like, we're black. Now I do understand in the sense of, you know what I'm saying. But name me some black people in the city. There are some, but we haven't really came together with the Cubans, the Hispanics, the Mexicans, we Africans. We haven't built those relationships. No. We haven't built those relationships, and let's be real. We're separated. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? We live in our communities. They live in their community. Whatever. Right. We don't hate each other. We don't have relationships with them. You know what I'm saying? So thank goodness for this ratchet situation, so we could build those relationships. Like, what are you actually talking about? And he told, he was like, I've done plenty. I've donated money to the black community. I've done this. I've done that. And all those demands that's on there, he meets all the requirements.
That's just nasty.
You know what I'm saying? And so, it's a way that you handle stuff. You have to be diplomatic. You can't. Anybody would be offended if you just all of a sudden just jump up on that porch and just be like, man, run me your money.
Show me what's in your drawers. What's behind that closet?
And who says
in that shoebox right there?
Who says they have to do that?
And they're not obligated to do nothing.
Right.
And so it's just and it's a fine line. We do want support in the black community. Donations, you know what I'm saying? Can you help get us funded so we can work over and do stuff like that? But you can't force nobody. Mm-hmm. And not only that, we don't want to seem off like we begging. Right. You know what I'm saying? Or this ain't even begging. This is you just
strong arm.
Just gangster. I don't even know if that's gangster. That's not because you don't know me.
Oh my god.
Why if they roll up on your house and you gay? That might be a whole cartel. We don't know.
You don't know nothing. And does the leader? Never mind.
You know, and so they didn't even show up today. They didn't even well, I guess there was, because Captain was making out people that they knew. I guess they was there. But this big old rah-rah that you was gonna supposedly do, that didn't happen. And like I said, the media messed up the headline. It was like Cubans rally against Black Lives Matter, and they did, but they're making it seem like they're coming out to the way the article looked wasn't right.
Yeah.
They were, because business is supposed to be open, you know what I'm saying? But they were supposed to have like a celebration of some kind, you know what I'm saying? But what happened was they closed, they're not open because this is getting ready to happen, so we gotta prepare. So we don't go home, we gonna make signs, we gonna and so it was just real reckless. And like I said, he's very open. He was just like, if y'all need, if the Black community needs something, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? But this is not the way to go about doing it. And that's why I didn't like it in the name of Black Lives Matter, because it's black on it. You creating division. And that's why we was really there. Like, listen, they don't speak for the Black community.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We don't want that.
Lives.
You know what I'm saying? We don't want that smoke, because you don't want to ever think that now that a Black person comes to your restaurant, you know what I'm saying? It's just like,
down, right.
you know what I'm saying? Are y'all a part of those that try to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It sends a bad message because it's got black on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's not okay. So
and then the subtle messages that it sends, to the young people. The way things are nowadays. You see an article like that on Facebook. Young people nowadays, they thinking it's beef now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So if you see them over there, you got that tension, like that guy at the club who just mad for no reason.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what you create when you put them articles out there, or when you do things like that. And
the
it
youngest
can
like
go
the
all
beef.
the way left.
Yeah, it could all go all the way left, and that's what we did not want, and that's why we stood in solidarity. And at least that you have a member, a representative from the community that we all know, and they done messed up my name, but it's okay, but y'all know me. You know what I'm saying? It comes down there and it's like, but then everything is straight. You know what I'm saying?
So what's the owner's name at the Cuban restaurant?
What's the what?
The owner of the Cuban restaurant?
Ricky Moore.
Well, what's the restaurant called?
Nah, I can't pronounce it.
Okay.
Look, Rita's the Mimi.
But it's in Newell. Is it on the corner where that was?
725 East Market.
East Market. Okay.
Go with numbers. Look, beautiful young people.
725 West Market.
Had great conversations out there. They practiced. The one Cuban guy that I met, he was like, "What is your, where's your name come from?" I was like, "Yoruba." He said, "Yoruba." He was like, "Let me go Ogun." I was like, "Oh shoot, you know what I'm saying?" Like, you know what I mean?
That was sweet.
And he was just like, "Well, is there communities here like that?" And I was like, "No, there's not a set community that, or at least that I don't know. But Black people are rising in consciousness, so we're starting to practice our spirituality a little bit more."
Right.
And he was just talking about being in New York, and it has a big presence, and of course Cuba or whatever. And I was like, yeah, it was a dope vibe. You know what I'm saying? Building relationships. Like, wouldn't that be powerful? Wouldn't that what the Panthers did back in the day? And the brown berets, you know what I'm saying? We had the Cubans, we had the Hispanics, we had everybody, the Mexicans. Everybody was out there with us. And so that's what we was there for, because we got to build that.
Yeah.
It could be a beautiful relationship. As long as you sit at the table, don't demand nobody to do nothing.
Right.
That's a threat.
Right.
You get hurt off of threats like that. And
For
your
real.
face and your video. I think her name is Maria or something. You know what I'm saying? Your name is out there. Your face is out there.
That's
you know what I'm
cool.
saying? They could take sue you.
No, for real.
And I told them when I was there, I said, if y'all need any help with any legal matters, we have attorneys. Because, now how am I going to feel safe and protected? Now I have to put an EPO out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's crazy.
They can take those legal processes if they want to. That's why you don't do ignorant stuff.
No. And you do stuff out of love. You don't try to do stuff.
And just have build a relationship. Be a businessman. Be a diplomatic. Hey, this is what I'm trying to do. How can you help me out? If you can help me out, can you send me through a channel? And you might run into some gold. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Like, that's what y'all doing? Hey. Bam, do this. Matter of fact, I can send my, they do farming. They got different skill sets or whatever. We'll come down there and help you build it. You know what I'm saying? All that.
Right.
You can have literally all of that. You know what I'm saying? So, we want to be careful building relationships. Okay? So we're going to talk about this unity and peace. And what's messing me up with, all this peaceful protest and all this. It's like, how's it peaceful when y'all so angry? You know what I'm saying? There's nothing peaceful about none of this.
Sure.
Stop calling it a peaceful protest. No, you angry and you getting ready to fuck. You tore up all of downtown in the name of a peaceful protest.
Right. That's for sure.
What are y'all? I don't have
Nothing peaceful about it.
Y'all know I'm getting old. I just turned 37.
I've
Still
been,
young. Still young.
I've been curious to know what you thought about the whole Daniel Cameron situation where protesters came on his lawn in front of his home, and I guess he got arrested. Some people got arrested.
Again?
Because did the movie community, did anybody know about them coming in town, like celebrities coming in town to sell his?
Stage
It was an organization, wasn't it? That they
Hold on, everybody done got out of jail, but what is the super? I don't watch them shows. Housewives, somebody. But all of a sudden she's facing up to 5 years in prison. Ain't nobody else facing up to 5 years in prison, but they use celebrities.
Oh wow!
That's what I'm saying. These staged events.
See, and that's what made me wonder, because I know Yandy's been doing work outside of protesting for jails and stuff like that, trying to get equality for people that's in jails, clean living and all that and stuff like that. So that's why I was surprised.
One of them.
Yeah, that's one of the lady's names. So that's why I was surprised to see, because it did look like it was kind of staged. I was surprised to see her. So I think my question is, do you agree with how they went about
Heck no,
that?
I'd be counting charges. The first thing I saw was Marvin Gaye's daddy. I said, if he come out there with a gun and shoot all of them, I'm not facing one day in jail.
We said the same thing. Because you got to think about how you would feel if somebody came up on your house with your family in there.
I mean, protest, I get it, but be intelligent, be smart. Like, that's why we don't protest. Because a lot of people are like, where the Panthers, where the brothers? We're not a protesting organization.
That's why I appreciate you marched with me.
Yeah, and that's the only reason. Man, and we did it in love, but my community was there. I don't even know who these people are.
Right.
There's a whole bunch of people. I don't know if my family called me, the black community called me. Oh yeah, I'm down for that.
Right.
Yeah, I'll do that. You know what I'm saying? And it went well, and it was righteous. I do things righteously. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we're not a big protesters. You know what I'm saying? We're not even ready to be out here marching and stuff.
That was one of my other questions. I heard somebody was asking, well, where has the Black Panther Party been? Why haven't we been seeing them, or why can't we do anything, follow them, or anything
Training
like
in
that?
the community. We at the garden every Wednesday. We got Tai Chi. We got yoga. We're training. We're building our infrastructure.
Right.
We have cadets. We got a pastor do basic training. We are. I don't know why everybody thinks we like. We're still babies. We're not even 2.
Right.
You see what I'm
I
saying?
remember you came on last year on our podcast. You was just telling us then. We just started this party.
Yeah,
Black Panther
we
Party.
just and it's even better because with the heat of everything, everybody came in. I mean, we have some remarkable brothers and sisters. Everybody's in tune. It's like my reflection is in front of me. Everything that I stand for, stand about, feel spiritually, consciously, this politically, they're all like that, and they're all dope. Dope. Military background experiences, and that's why they was, so before the NFAC came, they was looking at training videos. They ate them up, you know what I'm saying? Everybody that got military experience was like, nope, you can't do that. Like, that's wrong. Look at it. So, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
We see stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? The world, if you ain't got no military experience or whatever, yeah, it looks good to you. Right. You know what I'm saying? But they doing this wrong, that wrong, that bop, bop, bop.
Right.
Anybody with experience can see it. I mean, they got ate up by white military vets. You know what I'm saying? But everybody was just excited because it looked good, and and not for nothing. That's a powerful statement that we can get together and we can march and do other. But it just didn't fit for the time.
It looked dangerous to me. It did not look good. It looked dangerous.
It did. But for the regular people looking at it on the surface, I guess maybe it did do something to your hearts and people like that. I don't know. But you know what I'm saying? It didn't. I wasn't impressed.
No, initially seeing it, I was like, okay, that's dope. But then the more I started looking at it, I'm like, oh, hell no. I'm going to make sure I got all my food and everything because I'm not coming back out. Like, this is ridiculous.
No, the funniest part of that Daniel Cameron thing was to see all them people just sitting on the ground. The police just like, all right, your turn. And they just...
And they willingly...
Yeah. The next one, they one dude on
Snapchat. His family actually wasn't even moved into that house. It was just a newly bought house that was empty. And that's what the neighbors were saying. The neighbors there said that he didn't even move into the house yet. They were just sitting on lawn and protesting
of a vacant house.
Of a vacant house.
Staged event.
I would have been pissed.
Because some of the neighbors come out saying that we didn't hear nobody chanting out. I was like, damn.
That makes it even worse.
Even worse, I'd have been pissed off. We went to jail for nothing.
So the last,
he wasn't in there.
That's what they said. He said he just bought the house. He wasn't even moving.
And should have known because like I said, it could have got a
That's probably why they was able to sit out there so long because nobody was actually in the house.
Right. Now that's crazy.
and that's whack.
yeah, that's true. That's
And
crazy.
it sounds safe, like you said. People just willingly
When you
just
see
going to
too-
jail.
No, I was amazed. I was just amazed.
Look at the number. 86 people got locked up. So how many squad cars was out there? Like, are there any pictures? Because 86 people, or I think that was the number. It
And
might have been less.
27 out that night.
So how many squad cars was that? And y'all just willingly
They had
That's what I said. Me and Ansel, we would have took off running.
I was
taking me.
I seen one dude, he threw his boot outside.
So how did they get there? So what happened to their cars? Like, how did the protesters get there? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where
They
is
just
all that?
waited to get
Questions
arrested.
you gotta ask, yeah.
That's ridiculous.
That's why I said, where were the pictures? Because you know everything is recorded. Did anybody did anybody that was there physically going live there?
All I seen was
I seen a couple people go
We did
live
see
from the
that.
top. One dude, he put the camera on the
I was
address
seeing
of the building. I seen him. I'm like, damn, that doesn't look like you should be doing that. And I'm like, okay. And then I seen somebody else talking about something. They was, take my book bag. One dude was like, tell my mama I ain't gonna be coming home tonight.
We leave.
So I'm just like,
you gonna have to
going
catch crazy
crazy down there.
You gonna have to catch me.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sitting there.
I'm not sitting there. Oh yes.
Talking about you're up next. Who?
And I mean, is that heroic or I mean, what are you supposed to get out of that? I don't want to spend 10 minutes in like I did 5 hours
And then
before.
come out with a felony.
And right?
No.
Like, was it worth it in the
But you
name
gotta
of
fight.
in the name of Breonna Taylor?
Yeah. Come on.
So we got two more questions. Two more questions.
Yeah.
The first one, so all the organizations out here that's going on, black community organizations, which one of the organizations do you think aligns most alike the Black Panther Party?
The
Which
Kentucky Alliance.
organization? The Kentucky Alliance.
So you can say that name so many times. I
Yeah.
know this for y'all.
Because we work with them. Panthers are on the board of the Alliance, and Captain Dre Dawson, he's one of the co-chairs too. So with Shamika Parrish Wright and Tyra Walker. So yeah, we are totally with them. Even though, although they're an alliance, they take in a lot of different groups and stuff or whatever to build community. We're not an alliance, but we share the same vision goal as them, and we're more on the. We just have the military portion part of it, I would say.
Gotcha.
But politically,
That's all needed.
yeah, we have the same thing, same concepts, even though we're our own party now. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, it would definitely be the alliance, and probably only the alliance.
What's up? And finally, final words. What is the message that the Black Panther Party would want the people to hear right now? What is the message that you think the people need to hear as far as what we need to be doing to move forward?
Heal. Number one, we need to heal. As a race of people, we've went through a lot of injustices inside of this country that has even broke down our family structure. That breaks down and tears down our communities to where we don't trust anymore, to where we want to get violent with one another, to where we certainly want to attack other leaderships or whatever in different type of angles because we haven't healed. We need to do more healing, and the Panthers have those healing spaces with our yoga, with our Tai Chi. I am a spiritual healer. You can always call me. I do tarot readings. I do spirit work. But that's one of the things that we have to put back inside of the community is healing. Okay? Because when you heal, quite naturally, mentally, your mental state is better.
Yeah.
A lot of our community suffers from mental health issues. Okay, that rather stems from childhood issues, rather it's drugs, rather it's bad relationships. You know what I'm saying? With family, friends, your job. You know what I'm saying? Just different things that we go through. You know what I'm saying? And we need to heal. And that's a part of building that unity is having those spaces to heal, so you can start to trust your brother and sister a little bit more, because. That's where we lack sometimes, that trust, and it's rightfully so, because we've been systematically divided to do just that. It's even hard to talk to black Republicans talk to black Democrats, you know what I'm saying? Or, oh, they Republicans, screw them, you know what I'm saying? It's like, did you even listen to what they had to say? You know, even little stuff like that, all of those things are divisive, you know, even when it comes to religion, when it comes to political stances, when it comes to education, there's so many things that they try to separate us from one common goal, you know? And so, yes, healing, let's start doing that. Education, we need to start researching more. We have to be our own scholars. A lot of us have public school educations. Even if I have a bachelor's degree or whatever, but even still, inside of those institutions, it still takes it's still a form of psychological oppression, because you're still not getting the education that you really need. That's still teaching you and promoting you how to to still be a debt slave, to work in their corporations, and do this and do that, you know what I'm saying? So you're still getting slighted. And I feel like sometimes the further you go up that educational ladder, the more conformed you become. And it's hard to meet your brothers and sisters.
That is the truth.
You know what I'm saying? Because you don't went too far up.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? College dropout. What did Kanye say? You know what I'm saying? So we need to start researching and studying more and be more political education savvy, you know, spirit savvy, you know what I mean, learn more about our spirituality and things of that nature. But research everything, you know what I'm saying? We have the world at our hand. 5G, 5D, vibrate higher. We're going to the 50th dimension. Technology, it is all in front of your face. And it's so in front of your face, you don't even have to Google that. It just bomb right there. Truth.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the
Truth does not hurt. It heals. Learn the information. Once you learn it, you are responsible for it. You know what I'm saying? And if it has to make you change your perspective, change your stance, well then do that. You know what I'm saying? That's called growth. You know, you don't have to remain the same. I grew up in the church, religion. I love it. You know what I'm saying? It taught me relationships. It taught me so many great things. You know what I'm saying? Even to be the woman that I am today. But I started to learn more and educate myself, and I picked up and I went back to my roots. Well, we had spirituality before we had religion. You know what I'm saying? So we need to start doing more of that. You know what I'm saying? Just going inside of ourselves from within. Know thyself. Because when you know who you are inside of this world, and inside of yourself, you can see things. You see things differently. You can see how things are, you know, against you, or for you, or trying to do this or dividing that. You just see clearly. You know what I'm saying? So research, and give it to the babies. Give it to the children. You know, learn it with the children. This is the beauty about coronavirus, COVID-19 or whatever. We have the ability to now change our own destinies. You know what I'm saying? To how we want it. We can literally hit them in the pockets. You know what I'm saying? You want to tear down something? You want to destroy something? You can do it. Step away from JCPS. Get out of the school system. For real. Just yank away from it. You'll figure it out. Well, where am I going to teach my kids that where I want to go? You'll figure it out. Be responsible for your children. I know you got to go work, but you can do it. There's a will, there's a way. There'll be programs we can create. Now we have the ability to create our own school space and subs. I just got a facility space, working with my girlfriend. She's a therapist. She's allowing me to use her facility. It's COVID-19 restricted. I can probably have about 20 students, but it'll be different days. And that's the beauty too. When you have control of, because we're conditioned 8 to 3, Monday through Friday, for the next 12 years.
It could be 3 days a week, 2 days a week.
The weekend, you have the ability to control that. You know what I'm saying? And there's black programs that are being established and started now. So then you just partner up with that. We have the ability to control that. We can take back, you know what I'm saying, our children, our babies. You know what I'm saying? You complain about them, oh, they're trying to give them behavioral issues. Oh, they're trying to give them medicine. Oh, they doing this. Oh, well then take back your children. Do that first. COVID-19, let's take back the children. You know what I'm saying? And I see a lot of educators, and there's she's an activist, white woman or whatever, and she's pretty dope, but don't stop speaking for the black community. Like, well, what about it? Because you still want us to be in the system. We don't want that. Come talk to the black community. We don't really want our kids to go back. We don't, and being masked all that is a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? And then I feel like you're gonna be sitting there doing discipline all day. You ain't getting ready to get elementary school students to do that all day.
Exactly.
You're gonna be too busy doing this, and then the next thing you know, they could be like, oh, check down here they go to them right pipeline to prison.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So we can break that. So we can start doing that first with the COVID. Figure it out. They young children. You know what I'm saying? Like if the school system never exists, what would you do? Do that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So we have the ability to do it, and then we have to come together as a community because yes, you do got to work. But guess what they got over here? There's Liberated Minds. There's the Ahamara Mathis Urban Institute. There's Mazizi.
And Reset the Future is coming real soon.
Reset the Future.
We're getting together. So
there's small little tiny like institutions, little schools that we have. We just need to build them and get them funded, and we cool.
So what ages do yours take that you was talking about?
I think I'm gonna do toddlers through 8th grade. I don't know if I want to offer anything to high school just because of the space, the availability, and teachers.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I do have somebody that's willing to teach with me and stuff. So, but I haven't put my finger on it all the way because I might do something fast. Because my son, this will be his ninth grade year. He think he going back to school. You're not going nowhere. He was like, we gotta be on the computer on August. But I got him a curriculum over the summers from Kamali Academy, and like once you pay for it once, you pretty much have it. So if I did want to do it, but it's really geared towards just Black studies. So if I really wanted to do that, we could do that. I could do high school students with that information because it's all Black power.
Yeah.
He had to order the Sada Shakur book, the autobiography of Malcolm X, and Negroes with Guns. So it's a really dope curriculum, and I wouldn't mind using that with the kids. Then Ice Cube got this lit thing that I want to order. You know what I'm saying? And we can make it how we want.
Well, I'm
you
going
know
to send my kids, so you need to let me know.
Yeah.
All of
So,
that.
but I'm definitely doing like toddlers and first, second, or third,
Yes.
third graders. I'm definitely doing them because that my girlfriend. That was the business deal.
Yeah.
I don't want my kids to go back to the school building. You can have this space. Will you teach my kids? I was like, power to the people. You know what I'm saying?
That's to the people, and I know y'all heard that. Y'all heard the message from Ahamara as far as what we need to be doing right now in the midst of everything, how we need to move forward, heal, educate ourselves, and take our kids back. And I think those are real good points to go. So we appreciate Ahamara stopping through the Smoke Break podcast. And it was a dope. You got some dope things. You all listen to what you heard. Take it with you. Do what you want to do with it. We appreciate it. We appreciate it.
Yes, thanks for coming in.
Thank y'all. So, show's about to come to an end, but it's going into our smoke break part where the strain of the day at the beginning we talked about was OG Kush. And what I say about OG Kush, it's one of the most potent strains out there. Its highest test was 27% THC. So today's activity on the smoke break, we're going to try to give each other a symbolic gesture. Idea of what impact you're gonna get when you smoke some OG Kush. So we got some lemons here, and we're gonna take a bite out of these lemons, and you're gonna get that same kick out of some OG Kush. So stay tuned. We appreciate Ahamara Smoke Break Podcast.
Peace and love.
All right, welcome to the Smoke Break, and like we said, in this part of the show, we have a hands-on activity. Accentuating one of the benefits of a marijuana, CBD, or a hemp product. Since we're here in Kentucky, our strain of the day is OG Kush, and I can't pull out no OG Kush on camera for you. So we got these lemons to demonstrate the power of OG Kush. Any of y'all ever smoked any OG Kush?
Stop playing.
Apparently, I guess.
Yeah.
Stop playing.
Have you ever?
14 black spot.
Have you smoked? Have you ever bitten into a lemon?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have.
Not with the skin on it.
With the skin on it.
So we about to get into it. So first off, it was a jam-packed episode with Ahamara Mathis, but on this smoke break, we brought in the one and only Louisville's homebred Glenn Big Dog Fox.
Hey.
Let's get it.
Got
What's
him.
happening, Louisville?
What's going on? Got him here. We went to one of his events last night.
Yes.
We want to use some paper towels for everybody. Give everybody a paper towel, please.
Okay.
We went to his event last night, man, and he was the host And if it wasn't for him, the event would not have been so beautiful of an event.
That's the
and you know what I
truth.
mean? While we were sitting there, I'm sitting up, I whispered to Lante, and I'm like, hey, we gotta bring him on the podcast. And you know, we had to, so just love to have him here, especially because he's local. You know what I mean? We gotta support our local talents, period. And he showed up on a short notice. So Glenn the Big Dog Fox, go follow him on Instagram. Make sure you follow him on Facebook. See what he's doing. He's in Atlanta a lot. He's gonna get into that here in a second, but into the activity. So, first we're gonna do. I'm gonna pass out some sour candy.
While you passing that, you gonna tell us what the benefits of the OG Kush is.
Yes.
Getting knocked on our heads.
How much candy is supposed? You supposed to 10 pieces?
So like I mentioned in the beginning of the episode,
sour candy.
Man, he's tripping.
no, we're gonna each take a handful of sour candy.
Man, my heart.
So, OG Kush, what's his common usage for depression? People that deal with depression, loss of appetite. You need help, you know. Loss of appetite. Get some OG Kush. Dealing with pain, dealing with nausea. Those are the normal common usages. The typical effects that you get from OG Kush is you feel relaxed, you get a euphoric feeling, and then you might get dry eyes, cotton mouth, and feel sedated. You know what I mean? But we just keeping it real with you. You know, at least it ain't the side effects of diarrhea. You know what I mean? Violent diarrhea like a pill. You know, so we can take that
for damn
and the highest test. Ain't that crazy? Violent diarrhea as a side effect.
I'd rather stick with the shit I already had before I do that.
I do the candy, but not the.
You only got three. You only gave me 3 pieces of candy.
Well, I didn't want to make it sound all crazy on the thing.
You can get a mix of them. You want some of these? Which ones you got?
I ain't got.
She don't want to touch her.
Oh, she ain't got nothing over here.
That's it. That's what I think. Hey, the couple got one.
Give some of them light
Don't
stuff.
touch your husband.
She don't even touch
I
her
want some
husband.
white stuff in the middle.
What is it? I think it's the sour stuff.
I don't like stuff busting.
Oh God, me neither.
I don't know. Read that. See what it is. There you go. Take it.
Wee.
Right, my bad.
Well, she gonna score you. Better say something. You bust on me, I'm gonna punch you in your area. She's like, what kind of dude is that? Here you go.
You can't even eat that kind of candy.
I got some
With donuts or none of that.
Oh yeah, got the good mixture.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna start off. Lante got some questions.
Oh, I thought you must say I had to go first.
No, she got some questions, you can explain it.
Okay, so we always try to do a little activity. I thought this would be fun. How black are you? We're gonna ask you how black are you. First question is, what do you call your mom's best friend?
Auntie.
Hey.
Everybody. That should be a universal answer. Auntie.
But I got that wrong first time.
Yeah, Jordan.
So you go ahead and take your candy. Go ahead and take your candy.
Please don't blame it on his mama.
So you gotta take a handful. There you go.
You questionable out here, Jordan.
The whole thing?
Yeah, take the whole thing.
Oh no, I hope I don't lose.
Oh, so every time I lose, I gotta take a bite of what?
We'll have some more candy till we run out.
Oh, this shit good.
Is it good?
I'll take that.
There you go.
Which one OG?
It ain't no OG Kush.
Oh no.
He got a high tolerance.
Right now.
They got high tolerances.
That's food right now.
How do you know it's clean the house day?
That music.
In my household, you heard Mary J. Blige playing. Your mama will be up, the windows will be open, lights, blinds, everything. I'm telling you, it's like a military day. The only thing you eat that day is rice and toast. And cold cut sandwiches, bologna and cheese, don't ask for nothing else.
She cleaned up the
She
house.
cleaned up the house and then she's going out.
Kitchen off limits.
Don't ask for shit else.
Don't get on the stove.
A shoe come flying through your door. Get this out the living room. That's how you know.
All your shit get thrown away this morning. You ain't up
So
in
we
time.
had game systems, everything. Cause she's gonna confiscate if our house ain't clean. Some call the woodwork. We used to have to clean that shit. I hate it.
Oh, what? You better be up before your mama get up. If she start throwing shit away, you shit out of luck.
We try to
All my shit used to get thrown away. Mad as hell.
try to make breakfast. Calm her down. Mama, we made it. Shit on my face. My house better be clean. Where my shit at? Dirty boy. You hear them slippers coming through. Oh shit.
It's a rack like you sleep.
Oh.
Now, what song can you expect to hear at the cookout? Cha-Cha Slide, Before I Let Go by Frankie Beverly and the Maze, or Rock With You, Michael Jackson?
Frankie Beverly and Maze. Before I Let Go.
For sure.
But you also gotta add
That's right,
Earth,
Alfred.
Wind and Fire September.
Oh man.
Do you remember?
Oh yeah.
Remember September? I'm like, nigga, it is July.
That's what all you're right.
No.
That's how you know the reunion going good.
Right.
When that start playing, just open a fresh pot. Like,
Oh shit.
Then you know your uncles is there because you hear that one song, Got my whiskey, got my wine.
you don't know nothing about that. You don't know nothing about
over now.
Yeah. And it's getting dark at that point.
It's time to go home.
Yeah, the youngest gotta go. So if y'all go to a buffet after church, how old are you usually?
I was a kid, nigga. You was whatever the age was when you ain't have to pay.
For real.
You be a whole 13, your mama telling people square eye to eye, nigga, he's 5.
At 13.
At 13, just because it's 6 and up, you gotta pay.
Real talk.
They be daring the workers to say something.
So,
Damn.
I'm gonna be honest, it's a little joke. It's cool.
Go ahead.
One time, we moved with my mom, and that same shit tried. You ever seen a dude act like a retarded? And she said, oh, he's fine. I'm fine. Number Johnny 5. Number Johnny.
This nigga on the hill. I'm 5.
Oh my God. We ain't never had to do that.
That nigga.
I'm black, bro.
Yeah.
Number Johnny 5.
He went full character.
Your mama was proud.
4 characters and 1 letter stand 5. We'd be like, man,
Oh God. Your mom didn't even have to prep it.
so then we was ready. It was April, so we had to be on play. We was so black where we all got a food stamp. We had to go buy a quarter, Little Debbie cake. I bring my mama the quarters. So she can buy her pack of cigarettes with her. That's how black we were. We talking. Let's go.
He gonna go for that shit.
Which unwritten black law applies to you the most? Don't cut my name out the cake. Say a word twice to emphasize its meaning. If everyone else start running, I'm running too. No snitching. Whenever you ask for something, your mom respond, people in hell want ice water.
I'm be honest. All of them.
Yeah, just
Man,
about
real
all
talk.
that.
Hell yeah.
But the most one.
Don't cut my name
One
on
is my.
it.
Don't cut my name. I want that. Who touched my pee? Who touched my pee?
The whole fight will start because somebody somebody's name.
And then they fucked it up when they started putting niggas' faces on the cake.
Oh yeah, you only get this much on the side.
Right, bro. I don't want the outside with all that damn icing. I want some of the fucking bread.
See?
With this big ass chunky nigga face in it.
And he don't want us to cut this much.
Look at my boy Durham. Look at him. He look good, don't he?
Don't cut that shit. Mine was, if I see everyone, most of the time, if I see people running, I'm up through. I'll ask you later on.
First of all,
At this age, you still doing that?
Hell yeah! If I see somebody running, I'm out of here. I'm out of here.
I like instincts.
I'm out of here.
I got a spider sense. I feel it.
I-
You ain't got to tell me, man. I'm gonna look
You
the way
already
a
know.
person's looking.
And then we true, you know.
It's like, oh,
You do that.
hell no. What he getting up for? Oh no, we going too.
When you see girls doing persons like this and shit,
It's time to bounce.
literally it looks like they sliding in high shoes when they go. It's like, oh yeah, it's time to go.
Time to dip.
You right on that.
I knew some more that came was going on.
There you go. Which one is
I
this?
smoked before I came.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You should have brought more candy. You take the rest of them.
I took a
Whichever.
little bit of both.
Them little folks. So when you invited somewhere suddenly, they pick up the phone. Hey, come on over. We over there. Whoop, whoop, whoop. What is the first question you ask?
Who's over?
Hell yeah. Who's all over there?
Because if you say a name I don't like, I'm out that bitch.
I'm out of here.
I'm gonna tell you I'm coming.
Yeah. I was like, oh yeah, here I come. It's
It's
alright.
over.
It's alright.
It is old.
Shit, I'm gonna ask you got some weed over there for real too, 'cause I ain't gonna be able to smoking over there.
Let about
You got
weed,
smoking
bro.
Hey.
Because that person that I don't like is gonna blow my eye.
there too.
So
That too.
So, at the family gathering, it's time to eat. Before you walk up to eat, what's the first question you ask about that?
Who making potatoes?
Who cooked, period? I don't know who cooked all that shit.
Now see because
Y'all got some chicken?
Yeah.
Is it gonna be chicken?
As long as it's chicken there, I can work my way around everything. But I love potato salad, so that's my question. Who made this shit?
Who made it?
And I hate when the one you want to be the first one, and you gotta feed the old people and the kids first. And then the second one be your aunties, the one you don't like. She gonna put cheese and grapes and all that. Bitch, who taught you how to cook? You can tell you was wrong. She should put anything in her mouth.
Yeah. I done seen the ones with the grapes.
Some good potatoes.
I don't even eat potatoes.
I don't eat potatoes.
I don't think
Oh, y'all tripping.
I ain't never even had potatoes.
What?
That's when we go to a barbecue.
If somebody make it right, it's, well,
I ain't messing with that.
Potatoes, the eggs. See, some people put mustard and some people use mayonnaise. The mayonnaise is called Southern style, but it's not a lot.
Oh, I'm done.
It's like
I don't want no mayonnaise.
they don't like white shit.
Why they don't like white people stuff?
No, they don't like white shit, like milk and.
That's me too. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't. Oh,
I swear.
I would
I
throw up
swear.
if milk go through to my lip. Like when my son was a baby, and you know when they do their mouth like that, and the milk landed, the milk landed like right on my foot. I went nuts. I went to my mama for 2 weeks. She called me. I told her I was in jail. I didn't want that milk. Wow.
Oh my God.
And then as a person, you don't sit still. You like, oh, what the? And then by that time, it's in your saliva. Oh my God, it's. Bro, I'm melting. I'm like, oh God,
That's the worst. Like I don't wash my face. That's how I be.
He's like that with ranch.
Some ranch was to touch my lip.
I like ranch,
my
but
God.
I can't see it right. I can't see it. Like I dip it, but it can't drip.
Yeah.
I need the thick ranch. Don't bring me that running shit. You feel me?
Right.
I need it thick, where I can dip it. Look up, bite, go on about my business. If it come out there, I'm done.
I swear.
You know,
Yeah, why everybody eat ranch got the white in the corner.
You like, come on,
For real.
man. That looks.
Alright, I got y'all.
How many more you got?
Up 2 more.
All right, let me
3 more.
start the lemon then, since we coming to the
Oh Lord.
end of the question.
You want me to keep reading?
Yeah, go ahead and keep reading.
Okay.
Let me see what you're doing, bro.
I like eating the question.
I don't know how it sounds.
Okay, so anytime it's a holiday with black people, what's the first thing we gotta do?
Go get an outfit.
Exactly.
Yes,
Exactly.
You goddamn right.
Gotta go get a fresh fit.
This
See,
nigga
but-
black as fuck.
You gotta incorporate what's the holiday to us. Anything over $200 is a holiday if we get to keep it.
Yeah.
Because when we got them stimulus, city trips were sold out. You feel me?
I bet.
Shit, Amazon's. Whoa.
Imagine when they got
Everybody.
that unemployment, bro. I'm telling you, everybody's in clothes with the same outfit on. I'm like, that's why I couldn't.
Looking like triplets.
I'm like, damn, that's why I couldn't get that swelling. I ain't tripping.
You got
The niggas think you did some. No, I was gonna wear the same outfit, bro.
I wrote that on my phone.
I was gonna do the same thing.
The coordination of none. What's your next question, baby?
I got it. When is it time to roll up? Before we go, when we get there, before we eat, after we eat, on the way there, or all the above?
All that shit.
All the
All that
above.
shit.
All the above, goddamn it. I'm rolling before I go to bed, man. Smoke half it. If I wake up in the middle of the night, I'm gonna smoke
Smoke
the
that
other. And by that time, am I lying? You done smoked that other half sleep. That doesn't woke you up. You done got into a movie, so you started to
Then you
roll
roll
up.
again.
Now you looking for what restaurant is open. It's 4:30 in the morning.
Ain't shit open.
Ain't nothing but White Castle. You like, hell no. What I got in this freezer?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Gotta force yourself to sleep.
I had some waffles one time, bro. I came in the room with a mountain like that. My girl said, if you don't pull it back.
I swear to God.
I said, nigga, I'm gonna eat all these. I woke my son up just so I wouldn't get in trouble. Wake up, little nigga. Look, daddy got waffles.
Use the kids.
Yeah, because he gonna fold it up like me, like a taco. Got syrup everywhere.
I'm seeing it ain't bad as long as he shared. He shared with the kids.
You're supposed to, man, because that's how you. She can't get in trouble. She can't whoop you or nothing like that, or cuss you out if the kids leave with you. Because I'm gonna just hit her like, You cussing me, you ain't cuss your son now.
Yeah.
He was eating it too. Like, you gotta play kid games.
That sound like he was fried one time. He went and got triple burgers at Steak and Shake. Triple burgers, bro. But nothing, you know he don't like nothing else on it. This was back in college. Triple burger.
I bought two triple steak burgers
with nothing but
bacon.
ketchup. With bacon on it. And nothing but ketchup and mustard on it. Dry as nothing. I said, are you serious?
It sound like this, don't it?
Hey, boy.
I'm like, boy, you are not that hungry, dude.
Yeah.
Never.
Hold on, was this at EKU?
Yeah, this was
Yeah.
No, that's what y'all good crunch too.
Eastern Kentucky, yeah.
You wasn't on the wow, that was crunch, bro.
Crunch.
Yeah.
I went to BTA&T.
BTA&T.
Yeah. Beach Tires. Agriculture.
A&T.
We know a few niggas that with that.
Agriculture and technology.
BT.
Man, hey, congratulations to y'all going to college, man.
Oh, thank
Doing
you.
something
That's where we all met, man, at EKU.
Yeah.
He must have played sports though, man.
Nope.
Nope.
Nah, he wasn't shit.
I actually ran track.
He made me sound like Bernie made you a big man.
Right.
You ran track?
I ran track at EKU. I ran track all the way up.
Oh, so nigga better not snatch your shit, huh?
Nah, it's over.
You know, that shit be funny. This man says some shit like that. Like, nigga, like, bro, he rushed steal your chain. He don't know I played the Olympics.
Let him go ahead. Let him go ahead.
I could be like, look at Go ahead. Go ahead. This nigga
I
run.
wish the nigga would.
Drop kick it.
Yeah, now y'all professors say, yeah, you can't run outside of the school. So y'all in the club just handing y'all that guy. Snatch it. Go ahead. Why'd you run? You have a train. Oh, yeah. Use the system.
Alright, the last one. Fill in the blank. Don't keep running in and out the house. If you come back in, you're gonna have to
Go to bed.
Yeah. Go to bed.
I go to
Right. Let's do it.
I was gonna say,
Damn.
y'all
Matchbox on.
I go to bed.
Right.
Quit slamming that
I used
door.
to hate when your cousins come over. It always be the fat thirsty one. I always like, can we get some drink? No, you go in there.
Right, you go ahead.
I've been in and out 5
I
times.
get mad because when he come out, it's successful though.
Yeah.
Walk out with some drink.
Let it be you, it's over.
Yeah,
you gonna get your ass up.
I'm ready to beat this nigga up.
That's all my way. Imagine stay in though.
Bite the lemon. I gotta see this.
Okay.
Don't bite that kush.
Now, this lemon is.
Here, Jordan, get your lemon.
Lemon with me.
Jordan.
Yeah, I'm gonna do.
There we go. There we go. There we go.
Hey, she gonna
Monte, grab your lemon.
Hey, come on. Y'all got some. Hand me a little bit of that.
How you just gonna take my rag?
Oh, was it yours?
Let them shout.
I got some.
It was. My bad, Jordan.
I gotta do this because my wife she's a nurse.
Oh yeah, for
And
sure.
if I'm not healthy, trust me, she gonna.
And it's on video, so she.
Yeah.
That's how she be. I see you downtown marching.
Yeah.
You ain't have no mask on.
Oh no, quarantine yourself.
No, for real. Get the hell out.
Yeah, I gotta
But he came in, he had his mask on, he walked in.
We walk in with it.
Where you been at? We talking like Batman store. Over that downtown funk crime. Look at the picture on Facebook. It's like this.
Giving people dap and shit. It was hell.
News got you hugging.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Why you down there hugging niggas?
All right, so I'll take the first bite.
Go ahead.
Well, anybody.
No, we should do it all
No, we do it
together.
at the same time. Cool.
Okay.
OG Kush. This is what happens when you smoke OG Kush. So you know.
Type of shit they got me doing.
Look what they got me doing. This is all 5, man.
All right, y'all ready?
Ain't know me.
One.
Mine's in a tequila.
Are we taking big bite, little
No,
bite?
big bite.
We gotta
You
take
gotta
a big
get to
bite.
the
Do
lemon.
you take
Jordan.
small puffs? Do you hit that OG Kush?
Yes, you supposed to. You fucking die.
Okay, Tristan.
Okay.
All right,
let's
count
go.
it out.
Alright, 1, 2, 3, go.
Oh, no, that's enough.
That nigga done spit everything. He spit his whole life out. That nigga, oh no. He did like the people in church.
For real.
Hey man, while y'all cleaning y'all, I'm just give my shout out to y'all, man.
Go ahead.
Everybody, y'all can find me, Glenn Big Dog Fox, on IG under Glenn Fox. That's 2 N's, GLENNFOX 8240. And on all social media platforms, YouTube, Twitter, everything under Glenn Fox. You also can Google it. And I'll pop up. All my content will pop up. I appreciate this opportunity from y'all guys to actually come and show a little bit of what I do, make people laugh, keep the energy up. So, man, y'all keep doing what y'all doing, man. But trust me, y'all gonna change lives. You feel me?
Appreciate it, man. Like he said, following and booking. Everybody watching, I know a lot of y'all, we throwing events. We always hiring people to host this and do that. You know what I mean? We went to an event last night, and Glenn Big Dog Fox is the man here in Louisville. Yeah. So all of you all watching, all you community leaders, follow my guy, booking, support our local talent. We appreciate him coming out. And hey, we all passed the black test.
Hold on, what's the name of your you said Fox Stole Christmas 1?
Oh yeah, well for if the fans do watch, then everybody know I did have a Fox Stole Christmas Part 1. But December 11th right now, we're in the paper process of finalizing paperwork. Be on the lookout for have a Fox Stole Christmas 2. This December 11th, somewhere down Bardstown Road, most likely Prohibition. Okay, just give me a second.
Yeah, we got the in there.
Couple of weeks, and then we're having flyers up also with the artists that will be attending. Oh, and if y'all know any up and coming comedian that really got it and really want to make it, I got one slot that I'm actually looking to put somebody on and give them an opportunity.
Oh yeah,
that's some shit right
That's gonna be nice. Make sure we know when
we'll post on our page and everything too.
Yeah, we in there.
Smoke Break Podcast, jam-packed episode today. We had Ahamara, the general of the Black Panther Party. You know what I mean? It was a great episode. Then we finished it off with Glenn the Big Dog Fox, and that's how we roll. Stay tuned for our next episode.